Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new, it's Libby. Today I'm going to be doing my April TBR. I know we have a little under a week left of March, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video up and out for you guys. I have 12 books on my TBR, but I have 11 here, I believe. I have 11 here, so I think I have 11 books. I need to go back and recount, but most of them are, 5 of them are adult fantasy books. I've been in a adult fantasy mood lately for the last few months of this year, so we're going to work through it, and 2 of these books have been on, including this TBR, they would have been on 3 separate TBRs, so, and you'll understand when I get to them, so, but let's just go ahead and jump straight in. A lot of these are sequels to books, so, and two of them are the first books in a series that I will be starting, so, I'm gonna hop right in, and it's going to be a medium-sized video, I want to say. So, the first book, you would have seen me talk about it in my reading vlog, which is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This is the sequel to Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I really enjoyed that first book, so I would love to continue with this one. This takes place after the events of the first book, after everything went down. Don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, any of it for you guys, in case you guys want to read it for yourself. But this one follows our main character Pip, as she is not your average girl, so she wants to become a detective and solve murders, basically. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. The second book is Namesake by Adrienne Young. You also would have seen me talk about this in last week's vlog. This is the sequel and the conclusion to, what's the first book? I'm drawing a blank. Fable. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. I enjoyed Fable. If you like pirates, you'll like this. This is a pirate book, so can't really say too much, and I don't really remember much on Fable, so I might have to reread Fable before I can read that one. This one is a chunker, and the reason I don't have book 2 on this TBR is because I should have already finished book 2 by the time the month is over, so that's why book 2 is not on this TBR. I have Jade Legacy, the third book in the Green Boat saga. This book is huge. I don't know how much more this author can pack into this series already, but I was trying to read this for the read-along that Mel from Mel Reads was hosting. They just had their live show for this book today, and I am a month behind, so, but it's all good. I'm going to take my time with it and read it. I am enjoying the series, so there's that. Don't want to say too much, but the first book, Jade City, is about a town who uses jade as a element to get stronger, basically, and then a death happens of someone really important, and enemy clans go to war, basically. So, and it all plays out from there. I'm enjoying this series so much, so I'm excited to see where it goes in Jade Legacy. The next book is a romance, and I think it's the only romance on this TBR. The Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. This I know very little. It's about a Major League Baseball player whose marriage is falling apart, and then he decides to go in a book club where they read romance books and tries to fix his marriage. I'm reading this. This is April's pick for a group I'm in on Discord, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one and see where I fall in the spectrum of the series, and then get the next books. Another sequel is Crush by Tracy Wolff. Again, I loved Crave, so I do want to read Crush and see where it goes, and hopefully it's just as good as the first one. That cliffhanger of the ending of the first one was crazy, so I am excited. This has vampires, witches, dragons, even, and I want to say gargoyles, but I'm not too sure. So I'm very eager to see where this story goes. It's about our main character blanking again. What's her name? I can't find her name. I don't remember her name. Uh-oh. What am I gonna do? Hold on. What is our main character's name? Oh, it's Grace. Grace, as she travels to Alaska to live with her uncle and her cousin after the death of her parents. And then she realizes the school is not what it seems. So, and then she meets Jackson and another fellow student who are the most two popular boys in school, and they are basically fighting over her. So, kind of sort of a love triangle, not really. I don't want to say too much because it'll definitely spoil, but I'm excited to see where this one goes. And then, while I was at the library the other day picking up my holds, I found Dust by Kara Swanson. I've never heard of this one before. It is a Peter Pan retelling. It's about a girl in London and her twin brother mysteriously disappears, and then she meets Peter, who shouldn't exist, but yet he does, and Peter is being hunted by his own Lost Boys. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I love retellings. I love Peter Pan. Unpopular opinion there, but it was one of my favorite movies growing up, so I'm excited to see what this author's take on this is. So there's that one. Here is another sequel, Shadow of Night by Deborah Hawkins. I read the first book of this, Discovery of Witches, last year in October, and I really enjoyed it, so I want to continue the second one before it gets too much longer and I forget. The first one follows Diana Bishop, who is a Oxford scholar, and she is a witch, but she doesn't use her magic, basically. And then she meets a Matthew, who is a I think he's a historian, I want to say, so I can't remember too much, but this is a historical fantasy romance, so there's a romance between the two main characters, and it's a slow burn, so, and I want to continue this to see how I enjoy it, but I don't own the third book to pick it up yet, so I'm going to have to get the third book. So, here are the two books that I've been talking about that have been on 3 TBRs this year, including this one. So, the first one is my reread of House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Everybody knows what this series is about by now, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. So, but I want to reread this one because it's been 2 years since I read it. And then I want to read its sequel, which is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This one's huge too. So, but I do want to see what all this hype is about. I've been avoiding all spoilers for this book, so yeah. Then I have another fantasy romance, I believe, and that is Kingdom of the Curse by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the sequel to, where is it? Kingdom of the Wicked. I loved this. All I know is all I remember is it deals with vampires, so that's all I know. So, yeah. And then the final book on my TBR for April is a conclusion, and that is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. If you don't know what this trilogy is about, what are you doing? This is about our main character, Ren, who the family she's with, because her parents got killed in the first Poppy War, and the family she's with wants to marry her off, and she does not want to do that. So, she studies for this big major test that she wants to take to see if she can get into this elite military academy, and what do you know? Something magical happens and she passes and she makes it in this academy. And she trains for the military, and later she discovers she's not ordinary. So, and this is based on a true event that happened in history called the Poppy War. So, keep in mind for death on the page, rape, but it's to other people involved, not our main character, and then a lot of war. So just keep those in mind going into this. But yeah, so that is everything on my April TBR. Like I said, fantasy heavy. So let me know what you'll be reading in April. I would love to know. My links to all of my socials will be linked down below as always. Like, subscribe, stay a while, and leave me a spring emoji down below, because it's spring in my area. So, that's it for me today, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.